Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. The market gave us a little bit more today. Still isn't where I would like it to be, but I think this coming. Today was a little bit better day than yesterday, but the best moves are still happening. Pre-market in the first 30 to 45 minutes of the open, and then after that, things just kind of flatten out a little bit. Now, yeah, we get some breaking news and we get, some decent trades that way. But trying to trade after, 10:45, 11 o'clock, you really don't get the moves. And a lot of times you end up giving some money back. So, I'm going to keep trying to stick to my plan. Once the morning proves to be flat, I'm going to be done and then come back after lunch and see if we can take a trade coming out of lunch. So hopefully this video is going to upload right. We've had some internet issues today. Well, really not internet issues. They had to cut the power to fix the pole. And ever since when they did that, the cable had to get disconnected and everything. So you had 2 or 3 groups working together to get everything back online. And so the hour ended up turning into 3 or 4 hours. But the internet seems a little slow. So hopefully this will upload right. But if it doesn't, please forgive me. We are, like I said yesterday, our infrastructure is not the best. And, sometimes it comes up back to haunt me. All right, so the first trade I took was on SIGE. And this was pre-market. And what I was looking at, here we had a bounce back. We rejected VWAP. Now, I had to wait until 8 o'clock. I can't take any trades before 8. So just after 8 o'clock, I got in this because I knew, we had rejected. I was looking for the move down to 65.50. That was going to be kind of like my final target. So I got in. We got a quick wash. This was going to be my first target. This was going to be my second target. So I got in at 67, and we got a quick flush, and I was able to take some off here at 66.20. I took 100 off here at 66.20, and then we finally got to my target. It was 65.60, but got out at 65.50. So this was a real nice, 1.5 point move. Real nice. So good way to start the day off with. And I felt pretty good. I was kind of looking for it maybe to come back and set back up, but it just wasn't looking right. So I kind of left it alone. The spread on this was kind of crazy too. So, that made it a little bit difficult to trade as well. But still, overall, a nice trade. I was patient, waited, got in, and then just hit my marks. And that's all we do. We don't care about the P&L. We don't care about how much money we have to take profit. What we're doing is we're reading the chart. We're building our trade plan, and all we're doing is executing, hitting our marks, hitting the entry, and then wait and hit our marks, hit our profit targets, and that's it. That's all it takes. So that was SIGE. Let's look at ICPT. Okay, this was the first trade I took on IC. This was a pre-market trade as well. This I was a little skeptical about taking this. Well, number one, the spread was kind of wicked. But, we had already made this big move down. And normally what I like to do is wait for it to go through, come back and retest VWAP, and then take it short. But I kind of got in. I was using VWAP as my guide, but I kind of got in. Was able to catch at 94.50. When we got a point, I took half of this off at 93.50. And then, we just started to come back. We just kind of held that level and was starting to bounce, so I went ahead and took it off. But still, locked in some profit here. It was still a good trade. Just didn't get as big a move as I had wanted. So I waited, and I wanted this to come back. I wanted it again below VWAP. So this candle closed below VWAP. This candle opened, and it got bought up, and then it came immediately slamming back down. So I went ahead and got in. Right here, 9:26. Right before the bell. This slammed back down. I was looking for this thing to wash. And, out of the gate. Because we had already lost VWAP. We tested. And we failed it again. So, I'm getting in this thing. Well, we get to open. And yeah, we did run back up. But this never broke the high. It kind of came within a cent or two of it. And then immediately started pulling back. And we got back under VWAP. So I felt pretty good about it. I was already in. I envisioned this move. I was only in 100 shares, so I could give it room to work. I could have gotten in 200, but the spread was too big, and I had to give this a little bit more room. And whenever I need to give a stock more room, I'm going to go in with smaller size. That's how I manage my risk. If I need to give a stock $1, I know my max loss on a trade is going to be $100, so I go in 100 shares, and that way I can give it $1 to swing. Now I could always add to it once the trade works, but I'm not a big adding to guy. I just, I haven't really gotten into that or embraced that strategy yet. But we're ever evolving as traders, and it may get to a point where I become somebody that adds in. Once the trade starts to work, and I can add some size. But all in all, this worked out excellent. Got the first cover here at 93. We picked up a point in like $1.73 on the first cover. Second cover, we picked up $2.76. And then on the third cover, we were coming back up. So my stop was going to be at 94. And that was my profit stop. So it got stopped out on a profit stop. This Teva, this is where I got in another trade that we're going to look at here in a minute. But you can see this is where we came back. Once we got back above VWAP, I just took the last piece off. But another, solid gains on this trade. Solid gains on this stock. And we only traded 100 shares. I locked up almost 3 points, on 100 shares. See, so that was ICPT. Teva was the next trade I took. This one, Teva, 1940. I shorted it here. Now, I didn't take this opening range breakdown because all eyes were on ICPT and I was already in this stock. But this would have been a nice opening range breakdown. So what I did, I watched the breakdown. So what I'm going to do is watch to see if it pulls back to these moving averages or VWAP or whatever. Wait until we get the close of the candle. I get some confirmation that we're selling off. I get in here at 1940. I took some off here at 1915 and took some off here at 1901, and then we got the bounce, and I set a profit stop here. And I don't see that one on here. What happened? Did it get cut off? Yeah, this doesn't make any sense of where this one is. I guess I left because I got in with 400 shares. Took 200 off here, 100 off here, and then this is the last 100. But I don't know what. I guess I cut it off. But this was the last 100 that I covered. So this was a decent trade. I didn't get the follow through all the way. And what I was looking for, there's a level down here, 1810, I believe. And that was my ultimate target. I was looking for it to get through this, get down to, the low 18s. But we didn't. We started bouncing. Once we were looking like we were going to claim VWAP, claim the 9. That's when I took it off. So another decent trade here. HIIO, this is the one I got thrown off the horse. Right here. I got in here at 1965. I thought we were rolling over. Here's the candle to close below all of this. So I'm going to get in. I'm thinking, we're going to sell off here. So I get short, and this thing immediately runs up. It stops me out in less than 50 seconds. So that was a quick stop out there. It just didn't work. And we ran up, and I kind of kept this on my my platform, on my montage. I still had this stock up. And so, coming out of lunch, this would have been a good trade, to take under this moving averages. But it just traded sideways kind of through lunch. So I was looking to get in this coming out of lunch. And I shorted it here. And we kind of played around still, but finally made the move down on the 19. I covered some here. I was looking for, again, that 1810, and we didn't get it. This was not 1810. This one was 1850. I'm sorry. Because this chart doesn't have it, I can't really see it. But this one I was looking for 1850 once I got through 19, but we just kind of bounced here and ended up stopping out. Actually, my stop was at break even, but I got a 10-cent slippage on it, which happens sometimes. But I'd rather be out with some slippage than not be out and give all of my profit back. So just got out of here with a little bit of slippage. So I really should have stop right then because I wasn't getting the moves that I wanted. I was getting the first part of the move and then no follow through. First part of the move and then no follow through. But I had to go back to my old buddy, AAP. Oh, I forgot. I didn't bring this in. But you can see where I shorted it here at 1935. Took some off at 19, and then there's the 10-cent slippage on this. So I should have left well enough alone, but I thought Advanced Auto Parts was going to roll over. I really did. I thought we were going to pull back the VWAP and then maybe get a little bounce on it going into close, but I felt we would get back to VWAP. So I went ahead and shorted it. I went in smaller size because, I was just going to set it and just let it go. But it started to work. And then we found some support. This thing started getting bought up. Now, I would have taken it off, up here. But I was going to pick my son up. I have to leave every day. Around 10 minutes to 3 or so to go pick my son up. So I was gonna set this and then let it bleed. And when I got back home, we had pulled back all the way over here. So I went ahead and I was just gonna take it off. And somehow I only took 40 shares. I don't know how that happened. But didn't realize I was still in. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, well, just might as well hold it to close then. And, I held it 5 seconds before the close and I just took it off. Probably lost about $10 or $15 on this trade altogether. Which is why I only went in 100 shares because I knew it was a little bit more risky, and I knew I was going to have to give it some room, and it was going to be a rest of the day trade. So that didn't work out. So I ended up giving back about maybe $20, $25. I don't know. But this is why, I say what I really need to do is just focus on pre-market the first hour of the day and then shut it down. And wait. If there's breaking news, if I get a stock that's really trending good and gives me an A+, trend continuation setup, then yeah, take that. But just sit on your hands. I felt I was pretty patient today, but I did take a couple of trades that were kind of speculative and ended up getting, bit or not really making enough money for it to really make sense. But that was my day. We'll be looking forward to getting back after it tomorrow. My focus, just like every day, and I'm talking through it more in the chat room. Just whatever comes to my mind, I'm saying it. How I have to tell myself, you got to be patient. Got to wait for the setup. Got to wait for the next candle. I got to read these notes so that I don't get ahead of myself. Because sometimes you think that you know what's going to happen, or you assume, you get in and it doesn't, and you're lost. So I don't want to do that anymore. I really need to tighten up, to continue to tighten up and continue to trade clean, and that's going to be my focus going forward the rest of this month and into the fourth quarter. All right, so you guys take it easy. Have a great evening, a great night, and I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning.